Hello, you. It's me. I hope you can hear me over my little heater. Anyway, um, I've been watching a bunch of stuff going on with Amberlynn Reid. This is Amberlynn Reid. And oh my God, is it so similar to Gypsy Rose? And I know I keep comparing them, but right now there's this big thing. Oh Lordy, it's Jordy did a video with a person who is the ex-partner of Emily/Tommy's ex. Apparently, Emily/Tommy stole this ex from her, and so she's very angry about it. And who could blame her for that? Anyway, Jordy and this ex were talking back and forth, and there was a story told with domestic violence involved, and the whole story wasn't told, and everybody who has seen it, heard it, and talked about it say this is alleged. We don't necessarily know all the details, but it doesn't look good for Emily/Tommy. Now, of course, Amber needs to come in now. She's like, I didn't want to make this video. I shouldn't have to make this video. Well, then, first of all, don't make the video. If all those things that were told to Jordy weren't true, then one, you could just ignore it. That's my kitty. She says hi. Or two, you could address it briefly. You don't have to make a whole freaking video about it. And you certainly don't have to play the victim. She's playing the victim. She's the victim. Emily/Tommy is the victim. Everybody is the victim here. She was the one who was victimized, and we should know that. And we should not be talking about this and pointing fingers and saying terrible things about Emily/Tommy because she did nothing wrong. Sure. She's still, don't forget, the person who had a beloved fiance die in April and was talking to Amber by June. I'm saying that because it fits into the personality type that could possibly be abusive or mean to other people. That's the important part there. Now, let's see. She also said that everybody should take a moment to consider what they're saying, the words that they are using, because the words that they are using currently are hurting her, Amber, and her girlfriend, Tommy/Emily, and it's very bad for their mental health. But here's the interesting part. She doesn't tell the story. If you really wanted people to know the truth, then you could tell the full story. Now, maybe they can't, because I think this might still be in the court system. I don't know. But if she can go this far with it, then why wouldn't she just, say this is what happened? But she can't do that. She has to make everything secretive and hush-hush and quiet. But Tommy was the victim. For sure. We know that. We know for sure because Amber is saying that. Because everything Amber says is true, right? But I just thought this was so interesting that she's bringing up bullying. This is why she doesn't want to be on the internet anymore. And my first thing is, then don't be on the internet anymore. Get off of it. If they are so damaged and hurt by all the terrible things people are saying, discussing about them, then they can leave. Or instead, you can tell your side of the story and then just don't talk about it anymore. People will probably continue to bring it up, but you don't have to address it. I don't see why she feels like it's a necessity to address everything. You don't have to if you don't want to. Or you can just say, look, that's private. I don't want to talk about it. And leave it at that. I've seen plenty of people do that. Look, I'm having a family thing going on right now, and I'm just having a really hard time. I'm struggling through it, but I'll do my best. I'm gonna take a break, and then I'll get back on, and hopefully everything will be okay. But they give a reasonable explanation or not explanation of what's going on. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But Amber has to take it to the 10s and the 20s and say, oh no, I am suffering and it's your fault. You are making me suffer. It's all you. Which just tells me that the relationship between her and Emily/Tommy must be the absolute worst. Must be the absolute worst. Because all these fightings and all these words, this is coming from somebody is so happy and so in love, and her relationship is a fairy tale, right? But remember, Gypsy Rose said that her relationship was like a fairy tale, and according to Flawless Nina, who seems to have the most amazing sources, Ken broke up with Gypsy. So that fairy tale thing that she left her husband for is no longer there. Very interesting. These girls like to lie. These girls like to change the narrative to make it so that they look good or that they are the victim. But I will say that's probably why the baby and Ken are no longer on their Instagram, and she opened up a new one, a private one, because she's that special. These girls, they think they are so special that they're celebrities that everybody wants to know about. In fact, the whole reason for this video is Amber in this video is like threatening her audience. This is why I don't want to be on here. It's because of you. It's because of you and all this false stuff that you're throwing out into the world. And honestly, it just got me angry. It's like, you're not that special, Amber. We don't care that much about you. Let's be honest. For so many of us who are fans, if you stopped tomorrow, we have plenty of other people to watch. We don't need to watch you. Personally, I don't. I only watch the ankle because I think that he's hilarious. But if he wasn't doing videos, okay, and Bottle, because I really like the way Bottle edits things together. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Trying my best. But yeah, if it weren't for the two of them, I don't think I know anything about Amber, nor would I go to look on her channel, nor would I care to see it. She has to understand, just like Gypsy has to understand, they're not special. Amber at one point was funny and interesting until you get to see who she really is as a person. And then you think, oh my God, she's not a good person. So let's not watch that. And here's another thing. She wants us to consider what we're saying because we're hurting them. When she said, oh, I'm looking for my sympathy bone. I can't find it because I don't care. When a YouTuber had a heart attack, if you can't find your sympathy bone for a fellow person in girl world who has a heart attack, why should we care about you? And that's only one of many horrible things that you've done. You don't care about anybody but yourself. Gypsy's the same way. Gypsy's talking about cyberbullying. Come on. She's the one who's cyberbullying people and threatening them. And, oh, you just wait until I'm no longer on parole. Then we'll see what happens. That's a threat, Gypsy. And Amber, you saying, I don't want to do videos, it's your fault, and, maybe I won't do them, blah, blah. Don't do them. Get off the internet. As I have said before, if you got off the internet, came back a year later, and you were a more fit, healthy self, that would be impressive, and that I would actually watch directly on your channel. But you will never change. You will never do anything. It's all about you. And I don't care about you that much. Now, this whole thing with this court case and Tommy/Emily and her ex, I don't know the outcome. I don't know the story, and so I don't have an opinion on it. I just think it's funny that Amber decides that she has to come online and defend Tommy/Emily and go on and on about how it's everybody else's fault except Emily/Tommy. Maybe it was her fault. Maybe it's partially her fault. Maybe she actually was the victim. I don't believe that, because I don't believe Emily/Tommy to be a very good person. My opinion, of course, but the opinion of others as well. She doesn't seem like a good person. I don't know what happened. I don't care. But something tells me if you have to defend her this hard, maybe she was guilty of something. That's all I got to say about that. And Gypsy, you lost Ken. You act like a horrible person. He got tired of having to deal with you and listening to your lies and trying to back you up for all the horrible things that you do. And I'm talking current time, not 10 years ago or 8 years ago or whatever it was. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the things that you're doing currently. That's why people are turning against you. That's why they don't like you. That's not cyberbullying. That is, we see who you are. And Amber, we have seen for some time, unless you're new, we have seen who you are. You're not a good person either. And I just found this to be absolutely hilarious that both her and Gypsy are claiming the same garbage for the same reason. They're horrible people who are blaming everybody else, and they're the victims of everyone else talking so badly about them, but they are bad people. They did those things. It's not lies, and they very rarely say lies. It's not lies. They're not trying to turn the world against you. You turn the world against you because you are horrible. Surprise! That's why both girls should be in therapy. Now, do I think therapy would work? I don't know. For people who are narcissists, it's very difficult because they can't see anything wrong with themselves. People who are possibly sociopaths or psychopaths also will only do what they feel will benefit them, and they would not see the benefit in therapy. So, not saying that these girls are any of those three, although they do exhibit behaviors that would certainly give pause to somebody that there might be a possibility that something is not right. Anyway, too bad, Amber. Get off the internet if you don't like it. Too bad, Gypsy. You should, by law, get off the internet and stay off, because you're not a celebrity. You're not somebody that people want to look up to. You're not a good person. And maybe, well, my feeling is with all these threats that she's throwing out, the parole officer isn't doing anything. I have a feeling that she's going to end up in prison again. I'm not going to wish yes or no on that. All I wish is that these ladies get what they deserve. And that's it. That's not good or bad. Just get what they deserve. Karma, baby. Karma. That's all I got to say.